original starter motor, purchase starter motor. This one's the anti-reverse gear is cached, spins both ways, and that's way up in here. This one, all the gears right here are all chewed up. You can see it if you look close. And there's bearings in here, and these are all apart and chewed up. The bearing bits are completely chewed up and cached. So either I gotta put this anti-reverse in here or this gear stuff. It's gotta, this is how it goes. There's 3 of these, and I gotta put that in. Take that out of this one, which is here behind this plate, which I've actually had this all apart before because I actually temporarily fixed that anti-reverse thing. So let's see about putting that here, and then I'll be all set. I'm gonna take this plate off. And there's the gears inside. And these gears are fine. I wonder if this whole assembly just comes off. Not a lot of grease in this one. There's a ton of grease in the new one that I bought, but the old one, which was original, which is not torn up inside, does not have a lot of grease in it. But so let's just see about removing this. Well, this is the good one, so let's see about removing it out of the bad one. Let's see how that comes out. Even though I had that one apart before, I can't remember how it went. Comes out that easy. There we go. It comes out, but it doesn't come out. How come she don't come off? There she comes. Oh, here's the anti-reverse, which is completely cached. And then why didn't that come out of there? So let's hold these all in place. Where's the plate from this one? Where's this top plate from this one? Oh, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. I don't know. I don't know what I did with it now. This plate goes like that. Alright. So now how here. There's those chunks. And that's that. But this is how that anti-reverse works. It's these little bearings here, supposed to get caught on that metal when it only turns, it slides, there's got springs on it and it slides one way, not the other. So it's this assembly that I want to use. Oh, I see. It's got this pin, this clip. You gotta knock off. What was that? So on this one, there's the other one. Yeah, and there's that one. So it looks like I got to take the solenoid off. So I see that. How on earth do you knock that off? Or you got to take all of this apart too. I remembers. But how? I don't know. I gotta figure it out. The newer one that I bought, these gears got all chewed up, right? But these pins are bent as well. So I don't know if it's just poor quality or what, because this is the old one that originally came with the motor, and it's got shorter pins. It's a different design. And, you know, its anti-reverse thing is what busted up, you know, that didn't stop working, essentially. And on this one, the anti-reverse, you can see that it still works. That's stopping. That's what makes turns the motor, and this is if the motor starts, it just continues to spin. And this one, all of the little springies and everything else are all out of it. But the problem here is, so this is the original one that came with the motor, probably original OEM Yamaha. You can see a manufacturer over there. Jinhong? I don't know. But I took this clip out of here. Hope you can see that. And then you figure you'd be able to take it apart. But I can't take it apart. It stops here. It stops here. And it won't come out. Looks like you should be able to turn it. You know, in a different, slightly different position, it would come right out. But you got the gear there that prevents that from happening. So it seems stuck that way. So, you know, you'd think you'd have to take it off this way. Holes are there. I don't know. I'll be thinking about this and figuring it out. Well, I figured this part out. You know, it hit there. It hits there on purpose, so you can't get it out. But you take that clip out, you take this clip out, so that this goes all the way down and can be, so this goes all the way down and can be turned. And now you just choose different teeth, and it comes out. It's that simple. Wow. And now I guess you can just start taking more apart. And I got my part that I want. So this, I don't know. So now let me figure this out. I guess I got to take this one apart like I took that one apart and figure out which parts I'm going to put together, because these are different. It's made a little differently. So maybe I just take the anti-reverse part off of the old one, or it may, the new one, and put it on the old one. So we'll see. So this assembly is really hard to hold so that you can get a gap underneath the gears there to deal with this, because there's a little clip that you got to wiggle out of there. So I'm going to try and wiggle it now. I got to go. Ooh, see? It's really hard to hold, isn't it? You got to hold. The issue is this assembly, the bottom part of it has to be held up. It's got to get back in there where it belongs. Come on. Go where you belong. There you go. And then this has to be held so that you can push this up. So you got to kind of have a big clamp. Goes on there. Tighten it to there. And then you can bring that gear down to deal with the little clip. But you gotta figure out how to hold it all together. So that's what I gotta deal with now. So let me see if I can't stand this up somehow. So there you go. I got you could use a wire tie. I use an actual piece of wire to keep that from slipping off. Here, to keep that from slipping off, I hold it in, and now I can deal with that. I don't know if you could see it. There's a clip inside there. And I don't know if this is small enough to deal with it. Let's start with that. Don't see, it all slipped apart. Let's try this again. This is not easy. You have to slip this ring down, and then you can get the other ring out. It really is a pain in the butt. It really is a pain in the butt. There's no other way to design this, huh? Engineering guys. There's no other way to design it. I don't think so. All right, I got it out. See, this ring, it goes in this ring and is held on to this ridge. It's a goofy system. You know, there's got to be a better way. There just has to be a better way. But that's that. Here's the anti-reverse clutch. Doesn't go either way right now. Ooh. Oh, it's right there, see? That's the mechanism. It's inside that. All right, so now I got to figure out which parts I'm going to use to put it, one that works back together. Unbelievable. What a pain in the butt. It's a real big pain in the butt. But doable if you want to have the time and patience. And sometimes I don't, so let me figure this next step out. All right, I think I know what I need to do. The old one that I had taken apart, it's actually good that I did that, because now I know how this pieces together. You know, you got to take that clip off in order to be able to slide this back far enough to be able to slide it out, this part out. So essentially, I think I could just use this part in the new one. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I got to take that clip off in order to separate these two. Because this piece is what's bad on the new one that I had bought, and this piece is what's bad on the original one that came with the motor. So I got to merge it. So how did I get that out again? How did I get this out? Used my Wunderbad, I believe I did. I got such a small surface area to work on. Don't you love it? Oh, that's how I operate though. Maybe a big hammer will do. Yep, she's halfway out. Big hammers, slabs. Big paw. There goes that. Luckily, I got another one. So now, supposedly, I can drop that and turn this somehow, and this assembly should come out. See, right now it hits, but if you move it to the next gear, you know, right now it hits, you can't get it out. But if you can get it to the next gear, it could go out, comes out like that, see? The only way you know this is if you take them apart and do it. The old one is the only way you would ever know to do that. You know, it's unbelievable. I don't, you know, they do this so that you can't do it. Why can't you just have screws? You take it apart, you put it back together. No, they got clippy things, fancy things, hidden agenda things. So, this is the piece that kind of works in the new one that I had bought, and it actually slips too, so this is not that good either. So, can I use, and this is the bad part in the old one. So can I use this in that one? Are the gears the same? Kind of looks like it. One thing I gotta do is remember that this has to go back on too. If I do get this together. And all this has to be on too, doesn't it? This and this. Right, so I'm putting this on the old one. Yeah. And she don't go in as nice, does she? She don't go in as nice. No, she did. Here we go. No, that was that part. It did not go in. Oh, I think they're different. Methinks they're different. They look close, but they don't slide together. Let's use big slab paw. Nope. Ain't gonna happen. So this is the old one. And that's how it's supposed to slide in and out, real easy. So this is made for that, and this is cached because that is, these are all bent up here. So I can't put this together. I did all this work, and I can't put it together. This works good. See, it goes in real easy, but the one that I want to use without the bent don't go in. So this was all for naught. All for nothing. Why do they look so different? They're close. I don't know why it wouldn't work. These are cut. These got cuts that are deeper, but it still should work. It's got a suction there though, but I'm not bouncing on air, so it's not causing the issue. Oh, well, nice try, Ed. Nice try. So I gotta wait for I bought on eBay. This was like 180 bucks for the new one, piece of garbage. I should tell you the brand, but I won't right now. I sent them an email, told them what was going on. We'll see how they respond. But I got a used one off of eBay for like 50 bucks. So at least with that, I should be able to make one that works out of this whole pile of mess, right?